Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? Wow, 38 already. Holy cow. Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? Let's see here. A cycling, hello. Dark blood, hello. Jason, hello. Maritime, hello. How is everybody tonight? Happy Easter to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all had a good Easter. Just that. Good. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Kyle, ladies and gentlemen, live from Sam's dining room. It's time for another live stream of Historic Travels. And now here's your host, Sam. This show is brought to you by... You had me going there. You had me going there. Nice, Kyle. Tyler, hello from Australia. Hello from West Virginia. Let's see. Faye, hello. Ender, hello. Second Officer Lightaller, welcome back. Maritime, hello. Whoa. Okay, chat's already going crazy, and we're already up to 80 people. Holy cow. All right, guys, sorry to do this, but 30-second slow mode, so I at least have a chance to keep up with the chat. Let's see here. It is already 1:40 in Sweden. Lowe. Wow, go to bed. I'm honored that you'd want to stay up and watch, but get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. Hello from Sweden. Hello from West Virginia. Scott, hi from Florida. Hi from West Virginia. I'll be heading your way before too long. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Duke, hello. Dwayne, hello. And boom, our first super chat of the evening. Hi, Mooch. Thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you, my friend. Hey, Sam, I recently watched one of your sister's meme videos. I don't think you remember this. Historic Gravels. Trust me, Mooch, if you hung out in my Discord, I hear the words Historic Gravels all the time. Historic Gravels is the name of a person who hangs out in my Discord. He's a cool guy, but yeah, I know the name. I hear the name Historic Gravels all the time. Thank you so much for the 5, Mooch. Super appreciate you, my friend. Let's see here. Wolfman, greetings from Texas. Sam, sorry I missed the anniversary live stream. No big deal. Glad you're here now. Let's see here. Raw, how long until the news of Titanic reached the mainland? Honestly, the next day. You know, on April 16th, they already knew that something had happened. April 15th, really, people knew that something had happened to Titanic. But it took a day for the newspapers to all print the story and everything. So that's literally the day it happened. People knew about it. Let's see. Hello from Indonesia. Hello from West Virginia. Blake, hello. Millie. Hi, Sam. Happy Easter. Hi, Millie. Hope you're doing well down in Argentina. Glad you're here. Tell your family I said hi. Hello, hello, hello. Uh-oh. We've got a 5 from Olivia. All right. Thank you, Olivia. But before I read this, I feel like I need to mentally prepare myself because Olivia said that she had something special planned, which is making me kind of nervous. So, all right. What I'm bracing myself here. Olivia, 5. Thank you so much. To honor the passengers of Titanic, every week I'm going to be talking about a random Titanic passenger. Last week was Clear Cap. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was totally expecting you to troll me somehow, but hey, Olivia, thank you for the 5 and thank you for the kind words. Thank you. Let's see. I was totally preparing for something else, but pleasantly surprised. Thanks, Olivia. Let's see here. 2 from Huck. Thank you so much. Can you play Near My God to Thee? I'm assuming you mean on the violin. Kinda. I can. I'm not going to dig the violin out tonight, but I can kind of play it. In case you missed it during my last live stream, I played the violin a little bit. But yeah, I can kind of do it. Thank you for the 2. Olivia, 10. Thank you so much. This week's Titanic passenger is third-class passenger Daniel Buckley. He was smuggled aboard a lifeboat by Mrs. Appleton, who threw a shawl over him, disguising him as a woman. He died in 1918 in World War I. Oh, so I've heard that there was a story of a man who disguised himself as a woman to slip into a lifeboat, but I didn't know that a Titanic, like another passenger, threw a shawl over and did all that to hide somebody. I didn't know that story. Wow. Olivia, you taught me something. Wow, you just taught me a story. That's awesome, Olivia. Thank you so much for the 10. Holy cow, I did not know that story. Miss Appleton threw a shawl over him. I'm going to look that up. Olivia, thank you so much for that 10. Thank you so much for teaching me something. I seriously never knew that story. That's crazy. Thank you for the 10, Olivia. We got 3 from Indingo. Thank you so much, my friend. When was the Titanic scheduled to be in New York? I'd have to look that up. I know I heard the time before. Was it 7 or 6 in the morning? Hang on a second. Let me double check. When was the Titanic supposed to arrive in New York? I'm going to Google that real quick. Let's see. It would have docked in the morning of April 17th, 1912 at Pier 60. But I don't see a time here, but I know it was early in the morning. At least that's what I think it was. Does anybody know what time it was due? I'm actually not sure about that. Does anybody know that time exactly? I'm fairly certain it was early in the morning, but I do not know the exact time. I really feel like I heard that before. Was it 7? 7 a.m. maybe? 6 or 7? Something like that. I think. Don't quote me on that. But it was sometime early in the morning. That I'm fairly certain of. But hey, thanks for the question. Thank you for the super chat. Like midnight or when I wake up. Let's see. There's snow. Titanic docked at 12 p.m. Oh, it was supposed to be at noon. Okay. I thought it was supposed to be in the morning, but all right. I stand corrected. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see here. Greg 10, thank you so much. No question though. Greg, come on. I mean, well, hey, don't get me wrong. Thank you for the super chat, but I like to answer questions. So hey, Greg, thanks for the 10. Super appreciate you, my man. Let's see here. JG35, thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Is it typical me being a big Titanic fan? I tested positive for COVID on April 14th. Oh my gosh, dude. I really hope you're okay. You know, my prayers are with you. Just hang in there. Listen, I know how tough COVID was, man. Just hang in there, man. Hopefully it won't get too bad. I know when I got sick with it, it wasn't too bad when I was sick. I just felt terrible. But the worst part for me was after I got better, I had this constant cough for about a month. And I mean, I'm vaccinated and everything. And I mean, it was just this constant cough. I mean, you guys saw it in my live streams. I mean, like I'm trying to talk to you guys and I would just cough and cough and cough and cough. That was the worst part for me. And that took about a month. It took about a month before I had to stop, taking cough drops and doing all that stuff. I mean, it's rough, man. But hey, look, I'm praying for you. Wish you well. Everybody in the chat, wish JG3 a speedy recovery. And yeah, that is typical that would happen in April. Let me tell you, April's a cursed month. I'm just saying all the stuff that happens. But hey, wish you well, man. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much for the 5, my friend. Thank you. Okay, here, jumping back. We got that one. Okay, Mooch 5, thank you so much. I'm going to be pro Captain Smith here. Even if he was drunk, which I highly doubt, he wasn't. He didn't drink at sea. He'd still be better than Captain Scatino. Coward Scatino. Woo! Something was stuck in my throat there. Woo! Coward Scatino. Wow. But yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But yeah, Captain Smith never drank at sea. And guys, so I have a story for you. There was a guy, he wrote for a very small scale magazine in 1912. And in order to get his magazine some attention, he published all of these fake stories about the Titanic when the inquiry was going on. He said things like the officers weren't doing what they were supposed to do. The captain was drunk. The Titanic was going too fast, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, the police came to get him because they wanted him to testify in the New York inquiry. Brought him to New York, put him up in a hotel, and then he bolted in the middle of the night. Everything he said was completely made up, and he was just saying it to sell a story. And when the police came to get him, he's like, uh-oh, I think I need to get out of here. And he bailed. When the police went to get him in the morning, he was long gone. He was completely long gone. Let's see. Here we got that one. Hey, Mooch, thank you for the 5. Olivia 10, thank you so much. The men in the lifeboat Daniel had got into, lifeboat number 13, were told to get out at gunpoint. Buckley attempted to hide at the bottom of the boat, and Appleton threw a shawl over him, disguising him. Oh, so that's what happened. So he got into the boat, not in a disguise. And then when all the men in the boat were ordered out, that's when she threw the shawl. Okay, I got you. Thank you for the 10, Olivia. Super appreciate you. Let's see. Historic travels from maritime history. How has the video follow the Titanic disaster been going? Does it still have? No. Believe it or not, all of that worked out very well, maritime. For those of you who don't know, during my last Sunday night live stream, I had a copyright or content ID claim put on my channel for a video, and I disputed it. And the next day, the studio said, okay, and they let it go. So yeah, I didn't have to do anything drastic with that video or change it or anything. That whole thing resolved itself. Maritime history, thank you so much for the comment. Kyle 5, thank you. Sam, in your Titanic collection, do you have any drinking glasses with the White Star Line logo on them? I don't have any drinking glasses, but I do have one set of replica. I have one set of replica china. Yeah, this is all I have. I don't have any cups, but like I've got these plates, and they're like authentic Titanic replica. Like I've got this, but I don't have any cups or anything, Kyle. But thank you for the 5. I think these plates are super cool. I've used them in videos. You've probably seen them in some of my sister's videos. But yes, I have used those before. Kyle, thank you for the 5. Got that one. Got that one. Let's see. Tania. Hope I said your name right. Thank you for the 5. Sam, can you make a video on how Titanic changed maritime history? Also, Titanic did not load their boats full. You're correct about that. They did not. And there are several reasons about that. And yes, that is a really good video topic. And I do believe I already have that on the list, like how the Titanic disaster changed maritime history. That is something I need to do. But in regards to them not loading the boats all the way full, there were a series of reasons for that. Number one, and this was a big reason why that there were so few people who wanted to. The first main reason that they didn't load the boats all the way full was because at the beginning of the disaster, no one told the passengers the Titanic was sinking. You know, they were trying to avoid a panic and all that stuff. And then when Lightoller did his whole women and children only rule, this led a lot of the women on there to go, number one, I'm not leaving this nice, warm, safe ship to get into a rickety lifeboat in the freezing cold Atlantic. 2, I'm not leaving my husband behind. And there was James Cameron was also talking about the davits that they use to lower the lifeboats. You can barely see them here on this model. See these davits? James Cameron built them for the Titanic movie, basically to spec like the original ones were built. And when they put those boats on there, it scared James Cameron. James Cameron thought that those davits would rip out of the deck that they made and fall into the sea. I mean, like they were so rickety. I mean, they were safe, but they didn't, what's the right word? Inspire confidence. So they're like it scared people to death before they knew what was going on. And then I've also heard, and I don't know how true this is, but I need to research a little bit more, that the officers were concerned about the weight of the boats. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's something that that was in the James Cameron movie and all that, and I'm not sure how true that is, but I'll have to research that. But yeah, there were a collection of reasons as to why the boats weren't launched fully full. You know, there was a lot of stuff that happened. Great question, by the way. Thank you so much for the 5. And yes, that video will be coming out soon. We got that one. Taylor 5, welcome back to the stream, Taylor. Hope you're doing well. Crazy to think that if Lusitania had sunk in 1912 like Titanic, did more people would have died regardless since she only had 16 instead of 20. Wait. Crazy to think that if Lusitania had sunk in 1912 like Titanic did, more people would have died regardless since she only had 16 boats instead of the 20. How many lifeboats were launched on the Lusitania during the sinking? That is a question that I'm not sure about. How many lifeboats? Let me see if I can find that real quick. Were launched from Lusitania. It wasn't many. Because Lusitania sank so fast, resulting in only 6 of her 48 lifeboats successfully launched. You see, Taylor, you're right. You know, like they wouldn't have had as many boats on board because ships just didn't have enough lifeboats on them. But you know, before Titanic sank. And the thing is, where the Lusitania sank so fast, even if she would have sunk in 1912 and it didn't have enough lifeboats on board, if we're assuming the Lusitania sank in the exact same manner that it did, in 18 minutes, it got torpedoed, blah, 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 like pretend that World War I was in 1912. Honestly, they might have been able to get more boats away because they wouldn't have had to do, well, no, I take that back because the way that the boats were positioned on Lusitania, they wouldn't have had to work around them, the ones that they did get away. But you see, that's the thing that they like to say, because with Titanic, she only had 20 boats on board. And if they would have had more boats on board and stacked all over the place, it would have taken the officers more time to deal with them. Now, I'm not saying that ships shouldn't have enough lifeboats on board. No. You've got to have enough lifeboats. But the way the Titanic's lifeboat system was set up, like the davits and all that, it would have been a lot more work for the crew to have to deal with prepping all the boats and moving them around and getting them in position and all that, because they couldn't have had all those lifeboats on the davits ready to go like the real Titanic did. So because the Titanic only had 20 lifeboats on board and 18 of the 20 were in good positions to be launched, the crew was able to work on them fairly quickly. But even with only 20 boats on board, 2 were floated off. You have to remember that. You know, if the Titanic did have enough lifeboats for everybody on board, but didn't have a new system to properly deal with the boats, like it had the same system it really did, I don't know how much of a difference those boats would have made. I really don't, because they definitely wouldn't have been able to launch them all. But maybe a few more people would have been able to be saved. And of course, that's worth it. But you get what I'm saying. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know how much more of a difference that would have made. Because if boats are on a sinking ship and that water comes crashing up on the deck, those boats get shredded. You know, but with the Titanic disaster, the White Star Line made changes to Britannic, and they added the new electric crane gantry davits. And these davits were specially designed to deal with a bunch of lifeboats. And because of this brand new design, the Britannic had enough lifeboats for everybody on board, and they were able to properly launch them in the correct amount of time. So that's, it's not just the lifeboats. You also have to have a good system in place to properly deal with them. I hope I made sense there. Whew, there was a lot to get into, and I'm getting so behind on these super chats, so I've got to hurry up here, guys. All right, Wolfman10, thank you so much. This question is for Olivia. I'm just curious whether she's capable of driving manual trucks or if she's restricted to automatics. I can drive both. I prefer to drive manual, though. Olivia, what's the answer to that question? Thank you for the 10, Wolfman. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm really trying to catch up here. I am so far behind. Holy cow. All right, hang on. Whoa. Okay, back up. Wow, where'd these come? Okay, Dylan10, thank you. Hey, I finally caught a stream. I drive trucks over the road and have tried for 3 weeks. Hello from Massachusetts. I've been following and know a lot of Titanic since I was 10, about 12 years ago. That's awesome, Dylan. Welcome to the stream, and that's cool you drive trucks, man. Be safe out there on the road, man. Wish you well. Thank you for the 10. Kasi10, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, good game on Sea of Thieves last night. Also, trust me, I'm not here to bother you about the model. Also, consider joining my new Discord. It would mean a lot. All right, Kasi, I will do that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 10. David20, thank you so much. No question, but hey, David, thank you for the 20. Super appreciate your support. Mooch5, thank you. You're absolutely correct, Sam. I met Coward Scatino. My sincerest apologies. That's awesome, Mooch. Thank you for the 5. Let's see, the Titanic 2010 5, thank you. Hello, can you show the Titanic submersible model today? It's upstairs. It's in my studio. I did not prep. I don't have a way to sync it though. I didn't fill up my sync or anything. We'll see. We'll see how long the stream goes and everything. If I have time, I will. But there's definitely going to be a dedicated video about it, so just stand by for that. But if I have time, I'll try to do something in the stream. It takes me a minute to prep for that. Thank you for the 5. Olivia 5, thank you. Rachel's last video was about what she would wear on the Titanic. What would you wear? Her wedding dress is off limits. Haha, very funny. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what I would wear. Probably, I'm not a really big formal kind of guy, so casual wear at the time, I guess, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. Zelda 5, thank you so much. Random question, which breakup theory do you think would be most probable? Keel failing first, superstructure, V-break isn't a valid answer. Great question, by the way. Now, there's a lot of different theories about the breakup, like how the breakup actually happened. And one big thing that they like to talk about is the double bottom, the bottom of the Titanic, the keel. You see, there's 2 big pieces of double bottom right from the bottom of the ship that separated when the Titanic broke in half. But what's odd about that is if you take the way the Titanic broke, okay, so you have the ship split and then the stern falls back, you would think that the bottom part of the ship would be crushed by everything. You know what I mean? Like it would just get crushed in. But that didn't happen. Like what's so funny about that double bottom is pretend my hands are the double bottom pieces. They connect like this. They're on the seafloor, but it looked like they just popped apart. So basically what they think is they think that maybe the structural failure happened at the bottom of the ship. Maybe the double bottom separated and then the cracks started to go up and then the superstructure and all that stuff failed and then the crack went down, the ship collapsed like that. Like maybe that was how it did. It's like it's separate on the bottom, crack went. It's really weird. It's really weird. Definitely don't believe the V-break. But as far as how the structure failed, I mean, the double bottom, if it would have been a completely top-down break, then the double bottom, you would think it just got squished in. There's 2 big pieces. But that didn't happen. They look like they were just pulled off. So it's like maybe pretend my fingers are a double bottom. Maybe it just popped off when the bottom failed and then the top structure broke and went like that. I don't know. Great question, by the way. That's a very difficult one to answer, but it's very strange that those 2 pieces of double bottom are just opened up. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very strange. Zelda, thank you for the 5. Everything Julian 5, thank you so much. Hi, Sam. I don't have a file of gold dust or bust yet. I will have it next week, but please feel free to share with my family. Don't wait. Hi, Sam. I don't have the file of gold dust or bust yet. I will have a file next week, but please feel free to share it with my family. But I'm confused. I'm really confused everything, Julian. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, man. Thank you for the 5. Taylor 5, thank you. If you look at Captain Smith's record, honestly, I think he was one of the greatest sea captains of the 20th century. And I don't know Captain Smith's full history, regardless of the White Star Line, or like before with Titanic and everything. I know he was captain of the Olympic, but that's like the earliest that I know about him. And wasn't he on one of the oceanic ships? But he wasn't a captain. He was like third officer, I think. But yeah, if he wasn't a good captain, the White Star Line wouldn't have put him in charge of Titanic, you know. And he was also called the millionaire's captain, you know, because he was so popular with all of the high class passengers and all of that. But yes, I think Captain Smith was a very good captain. I really do. Titanic 2010, 5. Thank you so much. Sam, can you make a series on the Queen Mary? That's already on the planning list. That's going to happen after my Lusitania series is done. Thank you for the 5. Nicola, 9. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, Sam. Happy Easter, Nicola. On Carpathia, were the survivors accommodated separately according to class? I think so. I'd have to look into that. But if you remember the scene from the movie, you know, like they had the steerage passengers in one section, and I believe they tried to find cabins for the first and second class. I don't think they were all kept together. I do think that they were separated. I think they tried to find some of them some private rooms. I know that Bruce Ismay had his own private cabin on the Carpathia. I do know about that because he stayed in there for most of the Carpathia's voyage. But I think so, but I'd have to double check the specifics. Great question, by the way. Got that one. All right. Let's see here. Titanic 2010, 5 again. Hello, how are you? I'm doing fine. How are you? Thank you for the 5. Wow, that was loud. Change that. Boom. All right. Phone set to silent. We're good to go. Let's see. Irish 5. Thank you so much. 64 boats for the passengers in 1916 as opposed to as per tonnage Maritime Board of Trade regulations. 64 boats for the passengers in 1916 as opposed to the per tonnage. Are you talking about like how the law was changed after the Titanic disaster? Is that what you're referring to there, Irish? Thank you so much for the 5. Titanic 2010, 10 again. Hello, Sam. How are you? Why do you keep asking the same question? Hello, Sam. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? Thank you for the 10. Why'd you repeat the question? Let's see here. David 20. Thank you. With more lifeboats, they would have gotten in the way. With more lifeboats, they would have gotten in the way. Good to be here. Hi, Olivia. Thank you so much for the 20, David. And yeah, because I mean, that's the thing. Like even hold on a second. I'm going to use my model here to explain something. So like this is my Carnival ship model. Okay, this is a Carnival ship that I went on a few years back. So you know how modern ships have these lifeboats here on the side and everything. You know, being able to launch all of the lifeboats is absolutely key because if you remember the Costa Concordia, did she sink to port? I think she did. So because the Costa Concordia hit that rock, the ship began to list. And because she listed so far over, all of the lifeboats on the starboard side were completely unusable. You know, it's just like the ship. Wait, was it? She rolled over like that. So yeah, okay. So she hit on her starboard. Yeah. Was it port? I'm trying to remember which side of the ship the Costa Concordia hit the rock. I think she hit the rock on the port, and then she rolled to starboard due to the wind. Okay. But yeah, which regardless. So because the ship was leaning over so far, all the lifeboats on the port side, they couldn't launch them because the ship had such a sharp list. So that's the key thing. I mean, it's good to have enough lifeboats on board, but depending on how the ship sinks, you know, sometimes those lifeboats aren't able to be used, just like what happened with the Lusitania. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to properly evacuate a ship. Thank you so much for the 20, David. JG35, thank you so much. How many people did Officer Lowe's boat pull from the water after the Titanic sank? It wasn't many. If I'm remembering correctly here, 3 or 4, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me. But I know like the most memorable one that I can think of is that when they were entering the field, there was they found a Chinese man. And the reason that he was still alive is because he was floating on a table. So basically what he did here was, I'll just use this desk as an example. So like what he did was he had the table like this, or he had a desk, and then he was holding himself up like this. And this is how, and he had his arms and legs, and he was using the table to keep himself up and out of the water. And that's how, because when you're in freezing water like that, you have to keep your core body out. You have to keep your core body out of the freezing water. And that's how he was still alive, was he was just balancing on that table. And after Lowe saved him, I mean, honestly, he was in amazingly good condition despite everything he went through, because he got into the boat, they warmed him up a little bit, and then after a few minutes, he grabbed an oar and started rowing the boat, and Lowe said he was one of the best seamen that he had in that boat. I mean, he said, like, I mean, he was shocked at how in good condition he was, considering everything he went through. So, but yeah. So 3 or 4, I think. I don't know if they have an exact number, but it wasn't many. Taylor 5, thank you. What I was meaning is if Lusitania had sunk in 2 hours and 40 minutes in 1912, she would have. Oh. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, she would have had less boats. Okay. Yeah, all right. I thought you meant if she sunk in. You know what I mean. I thought you meant if she would have sunk in 1912 in the same manner that she did. Okay. I got you. Thank you for the 5, Taylor. Got that. We got that one. Holy crap. Whoops. Hang on. We got to backtrack here. I'm so far behind. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we got that one. No, we did not get this one. Holy cow, how far behind am I? Okay, we got that one. Sorry, guys. Sometimes if I scroll to the bottom, it's like the YouTube chat window like skips so far ahead, and then I have to backtrack and figure out where the super chats left off. Wolfman 5, thank you so much. The Lusitania didn't launch her lifeboats until 10 minutes after the torpedo hit due to the speed she was traveling. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 10 minutes? I know it took a bit, because what happened was where the Lusitania was traveling, was it 20, 21, 22 knots? She was traveling really fast. And when the torpedo hit the Lusitania right around here, this is right around the torpedo detonated, you see steam pressure was lost in the Lusitania's engines almost instantly. So when the torpedo hit the ship and the Lusitania began to list, Captain Turner ordered the engines to be thrown into reverse to slow down the ship so they could launch the lifeboats, because you can't launch lifeboats when you're going over 20 knots. You just can't do it. And then when they tried to reverse the engines, the Lusitania wouldn't respond. Now, for a minute there, they had a little bit of helm control. So they were able to steer the ship a little bit. But then, so it's like they made a tiny course correction. The Lusitania was sluggish, but she responded just after the torpedo impact. But then they tried to turn the ship again, and then the helm failed to respond. And then as the Lusitania continued to sink, it's like the bow of the ship, due to the list to starboard, was turning away from the Irish coastline and was heading back out to sea. I mean, the Lusitania was in a crazy, crazy dangerous situation. It was crazy. Wolfman, thank you for the 5. Let's see here. Olivia, 5 again. Thank you. I can drive both manual and automatic. I drive a drive van trailer right now, but used to do oversize till about a year ago. Thanks for the question. That's awesome, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. Titanic 2010, you should put on slow. Okay, you're trolling me now, but thank you for the 5. For some reason, I think you're Cassie. I really, really do think you're Cassie, because you asked me about that tiny model. Cassie, is that you? Are you Titanic 2010? If you are, I'm sure you're laughing your head off right now. Mooch 5, thank you so much. You did tell me you have another YouTube account, so I'm a little suspicious. Mooch 5, thank you. If I'm not mistaken, the Queen Mary's lifeboats had a propeller. If so, were they motorized? Didn't it have a few motorized lifeboats? I honestly don't know. I'm not a Queen Mary expert. But, I mean, considering that the ship was older and, it was built later, and the Britannic had motorized lifeboats. I'm sure the Queen Mary had motorized lifeboats. At least some of them were, but if not all of them. But yeah, the Britannic had some motorized lifeboats, so I'm fairly certain the Queen Mary did. Does anybody know? Any Queen Mary experts out there? But I'm about 90% certain that the Queen Mary had motorized lifeboats. Cassie, thank you. Mooch, thank you for the 5. Cassie, 5, thank you. That's funny. I just said I wouldn't bother you about my model. I guess someone else took my place. So maybe it's not Cassie. I'm very suspicious right now. something suspicious is going on here. Cassie, thank you for the 5. Titanic 2010, 10 again. Hello, Sam. One last question, and then I am done. Is there any chance that the iceberg that the Titanic struck was a blackbird, which is an iceberg that is blacking, just in case you didn't know? So isn't a blackbird an iceberg that flipped upside down? Because that was another theory that I've heard a long time ago, is that sometimes icebergs are notoriously unstable structures, and they're not black, but they flip. So they flip upside down because the structure is wacky and everything, and then the icebergs are just unstable, and then they flip upside down. I'm not familiar with any black icebergs. I've never heard of this, but yeah. And then the bergs flip upside down, and due to the way that the water affects the ice, they have a more transparent or they're harder to see. They're harder to see. And I've heard a theory, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard a theory that the iceberg that the Titanic hit may have been a blackbird, an iceberg that flipped upside down. And due to like the mirage effect and everything else, that could have made it a little bit more difficult to see the berg. I don't know how true that is, but that is something that I have heard before. Let me hang on. Black icebergs. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, are they a thing? Bible, black iceberg. There's actually pictures here. Why? Oh, no, they are. Translucent, sparkling blue bergs from particle-free seawater. Marine ice contains much less air, giving a shiny black icebergs made of defect marine ice. Huh. So there are actually black icebergs out there. I did not know that. What do they call? I thought they were called blackbirds, the ones that flipped upside down. Icebergs that flip upside down. I thought they were called blackbirds. What is an upside down iceberg called? It's incredibly rare to see a bird flip upside down. Okay, well, I'm not finding a name, but I thought they were called blackbirds. I could be wrong. Anyway, thank you for the 10, man. Everything Julian 5. My play, Gold Dust. Oh, your play. Yeah. Okay, Julian, I remember you talking about that now. Thank you so much for the 5, everything, Julian. I completely remember that now. Gotcha. Okay, we got that one. Ryan 5, thank you so much. Sam, in many of your videos, you show your ship models. Very cool. They look quite detailed, and I'm wondering, where did you buy them? I want it, lol. Ryan, I got them from Titanic Honor and Glory store. They're the ones who made the models. They are super detailed. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh. Uno momento. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys, it's allergy season, and I could feel the sneeze coming on. But I got all of my models from the Titanic Honor and Glory store. So just Google them. Just Google Titanic Honor and Glory, and it'll come up. And that's the best place to get them. I don't believe that they're doing the hand-painted models anymore just because they're so backlogged on orders. But I do believe you can order a gray one. But just a warning, you'll probably have to wait about a year or two before it's delivered. Because I ordered these models back in like 2018, 2019, and I only recently started getting them. So just be warned about that. And there's a lot of other places you can get models and get them a lot quicker than a 2-3 year waiting period. Ryan, thank you for the 5. We got that one. Wolfman 10, thank you so much. If the Titanic had sank the way Thomas Andrews believed it was gonna roll into starboard, do you think the crew would have been able to successfully launch the same amount of lifeboats? Absolutely not. Good gosh, no. You see, and I've talked about this a lot, Thomas Andrews, when he was figuring out how long the Titanic had and if the ship could remain afloat or not, for those of you who don't know, Thomas Andrews thought that the Titanic, where it hit the iceberg on the starboard side and due to the damage and the rate of flooding, Thomas Andrews thought that within an hour to an hour and a half, the Titanic would have rolled to starboard, continued listing, and then as the water, you see, when a ship starts to flood, the ship loses buoyancy on whichever side is flooding. So in the case of the Titanic, that would have been the starboard side. And Thomas Andrews thought that as the water came in the starboard, the water would continue to hug the starboard side, and then the ship would slowly but surely just roll over, capsize, and sink in about an hour to an hour and a half. What Thomas Andrews didn't know was that, for those of you who don't know, the Titanic had a coal fire on board, and they moved about 300 tons of coal from the starboard side to the port side before the iceberg impact to put out the coal fire. And because they did that, the ship had a very small list to port before the Titanic struck the berg. And in recent years, it's been hypothesized that due to them moving that 300 tons of coal to the port side, because the ship hit the berg on the starboard, it offset the weight of the water coming in just enough to keep the Titanic from capsizing. That's why the Titanic lasted 2 hours and 40 minutes instead of the hour to an hour and a half that Thomas Andrews thought, was because they moved that coal around. And even today's modern computer simulations, like they ran a computer test to see how fast the Titanic would sink, and they didn't factor in the weight of the coal that they displaced. According to the computer, if they hadn't to move that coal, the Titanic would have capsized to starboard in about an hour to an hour and a half. So, and then they factored in the weight from that coal, and the ship took about 3 hours, and she sank more or less straight down, according to the computer. Very cool. That's literally like that coal fire was a miracle of the Titanic because that coal fire kept the ship stable longer so they could launch more boats. Just a crazy thing to think about. But no, because you have to remember, it took them an hour to get the first lifeboat away. So if the Titanic would have rolled over to starboard and sank, maybe 1, 2, or 3 boats would have been able to be launched before the ship went down. And then what if the ship continued to list to starboard, how long until the ship lost power? I mean, think about how much harder it would have been to launch lifeboats if the ship's power went out, 45, 50 minutes into the disaster. I mean, no, absolutely not. I do not think they would have been able to launch all the lifeboats if that would have happened. Absolutely no way. Wolfman, thank you for the 10. Let's see, Iris, 10. Thank you so much. Yes, the law was changed so Lusitania had more than enough for the passengers. And being so close to shore, she had more than enough time to... Yes, the law was changed so Lusitania had more than enough for the passengers. And being so close to shore, she had more than enough time to rescue passengers. I'm confused about what you're talking about. I mean, the Lusitania was close to shore, but the ship sank at 18 minutes. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe you were talking about something else or... Oh, no. You're talking about if she had the exact same sinking scenario. Yes, if she sank in the same way as Titanic did, she wouldn't. Because if she sank in the middle of the North Atlantic and the water was the same temperature, I'm a little confused about that. Iris, thank you for the 10. Let's see, Olivia, 5 again. Thank you. I am going to take over Historic Travels. Me and my fans on here. That's what I'm picturing her doing. It's weird that I am this popular on the channel. Olivia, you're awesome, okay? Like, you bring so much life and everything to the channel and just the things you do. Like, Olivia, you're just so much fun. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised at all that you're popular on here. Olivia, you, I Am Lamp, Cat, Maritime History, Cossie, like everybody that frequents this channel. Second Officer Charles Lightaller's on here. Everybody here. Shoot, that guy, 4160, who keeps saying, what's in the bowl? I mean, everybody who frequents this, we all know who you are, and you're all popular. Honestly, the stream wouldn't be the same without all of you. Thank you all so much. Olivia, thank you for the 5. And if I missed your name on here, I still appreciate you. I just didn't say it. Thank you. Let's see here. I think Maritime's popular because everybody tries to beat him in the Q&As. Just kidding, Maritime. Glad you're here, my friend. Let's see. Michael, 10. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Should the Titanic not have slowed down and simply turned the ship when the iceberg receded? Did this make the rudder less effective by coming to a stop? So what you're talking about is, well, they didn't stop the Titanic. Murdoch ordered the engines to stop, but the thing about steamships is it's not like a modern ship where you flip a switch and the engines stop. It takes time for them to slow down these steam engines. So just because Murdoch ordered the engines to stop, the propellers were still moving. It was a process. And due to how little time they had from the iceberg impact, or from the iceberg being spotted to the Titanic hitting the berg, no, not really. I don't think that would have really affected the rudder at all because there would have still been water current going around it and everything. And by the time that they did get the engine to stop, the Titanic was still drifting. It was still going practically the same speed. So I don't think there would have been enough time for the water flow around the rudder to have been affected enough to cause any type of issue with the steering of the ship. Great question, by the way. Thank you so much for the 10, Michael. That was a really, really good question. Let's see here. Okay, I got it back. All right. We're catching up. We're catching up here. We are slowly but surely catching up. I'm still way behind. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We're catching up here. Dylan, 5. Thank you. Based on all the information you have, what would be your opinion on what happened to First Officer Murdoch on the Titanic? An opinion question, not a fact. I don't think. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, First Officer William Murdoch, people hypothesize that he committed suicide during the final stages of the sinking. And I did do a video on that. Did one of the Titanic's officers commit suicide? And it's a lot of, when you look at the testimony, there's a lot of he said, she said. This person said this person said this, person said this. And it's kind of hard to place. But then you also have the testimony of Lightaller, who said that he saw Murdoch fighting with collapsible A on the Titanic's starboard side by the first funnel. And he said, so when collapsible B got flipped upside down and lay on the boat deck, Lightaller walked across the roof of the officers' quarters and headed over to the starboard side, where he saw Murdoch fighting with collapsible A, trying to free it from the davits. And Lightoller said that the last time he saw Murdoch was when the ship took a sudden dive and Murdoch got washed away with collapsible A. And why would Lightoller lie about that? That's one of those things like why would Lightoller lie? So I don't believe that Murdoch committed suicide. I think he got washed away and then something happened to him after that. Dylan, thank you for the 5. I am so far behind. Oh my gosh, guys. Titanic 2010, 5. No, but I'm still laughing my head off. Okay. All right. I thought you were Cossie, but okay. I'll you know what I'll do before the stream lets up? I don't think I'll be able to sync it on stream, but I'll show you guys a submersible model. I'll go get it. It's upstairs. Thank you for the 5. Let's see here. Tangled 10, thank you. Hang on a second, guys. I need a drink. Mocha is the best drink ever. Whew. All right. I got COVID-19 as well, and I have asthma. Oh my gosh. Just Tangle, take care of yourself. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I don't think I'll be around much longer, but Sam, wait, what? All right. Don't talk like that, Tangle. I mean, Tangle, take care of yourself. Like, don't lose hope like that. All right. Don't act like that. Okay. Just stay motivated, stay strong. And if you're that worried about it, get to a hospital, get to a hospital and let them take care of you. Like, don't ever talk like that. Don't ever talk like that. Okay. You gotta stay strong and keep yourself motivated. Just don't think that way. But Sam, what if you woke as a passenger on the Titanic, knowing the future? Would you save them or let it happen? Okay. So this is a really big question. And I've talked about this a lot. The thing is, obviously, I want to save everyone. Obviously, if I want to save everybody on the Titanic, I would go back in time, stop the disaster. I would love to do that. But at the exact same time, if you're familiar with time travel and temporal mechanics, you have to be careful with the butterfly effect, by changing history. So by going back and saving the Titanic, would you accidentally cause an even worse disaster where more people died? That's what they call that, the butterfly effect. By changing history, hopefully, and your intentions are good, you could accidentally cause something even worse, So that's something you have to think about, And it's obviously I would want to save everybody. But at the same time, whenever you start messing with history and changing things, a lot of things that you didn't intend to happen could happen. So you really have to be careful with the butterfly effect. So that's one of those very tough questions. That's obviously you want to save lives, but you don't want to make things worse by trying to do something good. Does that make sense? Good question, by the way. And hey, you stay strong, stay motivated. And if you need to get to a hospital, get to a hospital. Stay well, my friend. Kasi, thank you for the 5. This is an answer from Mooch. Yes, she did have motorized propellers in her lifeboats. I think maybe 2 weren't. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for the 5, Kasi. CG3, 5, thank you. Your first video was about exploring the Queen Mary. Absolutely, CG3. So what happened there was, and I wasn't trying to make a ghost video, but what happened there was when I went to see the Queen Mary, I was jet lagged and I went to bed at 7 p.m. on board the ship. And I woke up and it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I could not get back to sleep. So I'm like, okay. So I got dressed and pulled out my GoPro and I pulled out my camera and I just started walking around the ship. I'm like, and when it comes to ghost stuff, I'm more or less a skeptic on it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, you never know. So I kind of picked up my camera and I just walked around the ship and I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. The only experience I had on the ship was what happened in the boiler room. And there's a video of that on my channel. That was what was that? What was that? So yeah, but like I said, it was fun. It was fun to walk around that ship. But I will say this, that ship is definitely a little creepy in the morning. But yeah, but yeah, you're right. It was. Taylor 5, thank you. Just curious, were you geeking to when it was real that Ken Marshall was on Part-Time Explorers Live? Oh yes. What do you think? What do you think? When I heard Ken Marshall was on there, I was like, what? He's on there? Oh my gosh. Ken Marshall was he was somebody I really looked up to when I was a kid, I had his Titanic book, The Art of the Titanic. I've got it here somewhere. I have to find it. But yeah, he was one of those people I really looked up to. And I hope I get the chance to talk to him someday in meeting. Because his work I don't know if you all know this. I really wish I knew where his book was. Oh, wait, I see it. Hang on. Hang on. So Ken Marshall, in case you don't know, he's a maritime artist. And he did this book, Ken Marshall's The Art of the Titanic. And James Cameron used this book to help pitch the Titanic movie. If I could find I even know what painting he used, if I could find it real quick. Give me just a second, guys. Maybe I can find it. If not, I have to move on because I'm already really behind in these super chats. Sinking. Where are you sinking? Boom, iceberg. There's that. Right here. Got it. So James Cameron said that when he was pitching the idea for the Titanic movie to Hollywood, he pointed to this picture and said, "This ship, Romeo and Juliet." And he said that that's how he sold the movie. So like Ken Marshall was like really involved with the Titanic film. He used it. Ken Marshall worked with James Cameron to help plan the Titanic set and get details right. And I would absolutely love to meet Ken Marshall someday. Absolutely love to. And yes, I did freak out. You know, Tom texted me before the event started and told me that he had a surprise for everybody. And I'm like, what surprise? And then I'm like, what? So yes, I was surprised. Taylor, thank you for the 5. Random 5, thank you. Just before the Titanic split, was it possible for a boiler explosion in Boiler Room 1? As the wreck site, the entire room is missing. No, because Boiler Room 1 wasn't lit up. So throughout, that's actually something that a lot of people don't know. And that's another reason why people can't say the Titanic was trying to beat the Olympic in speed or whatever, is on the Titanic's maiden voyage, the ship had 6 boiler rooms. Only boiler rooms 6 through 2 were activated. Boiler Room 1 was never turned on. They weren't planning to turn on Boiler Room 1 until Monday, until the next day. So yeah, Boiler Room 1 was never lit. And I think the main reason that Boiler Room 1 isn't there is because it was in the pulverized zone, because so you got the breakup point, and this whole area was massively structurally compromised by the breakup and all this space. So I think Boiler Room 1, yeah, I think that part of the ship is 2 there. Is any part of 2 there? I'm not sure. But that whole area was like ripped apart by the breakup. But no, it wasn't a boiler explosion. Random, thank you for the 5. That one, Olivia 5 again. Where was Collapsible A and B? The Titanic Museum had a sign showing them on the bow. Also, Olivia fans unite. We take historic travels at midnight. Oh my gosh, they're staging a mutiny. Collapsible A and B were stored on the roof of the officers' quarters right beside the first funnel. So you've got Collapsible A on the starboard side and Collapsible B on the port side. So that's how they were stored on the ship. Thank you for the 5, Olivia. Why do I hear the cavalry charge? Like when Olivia charging. CG3 5, thank you. Sank, can you please do a Sunday night live stream about the Britannic? Well, I don't really keep my topics ship specific. I usually jump back and forth between Titanic, Britannic, Olympic, whatever. So if you want to talk about Britannic, ask me about Britannic. Thank you for the 5, CG3. Let's see here. Blaze, have you made a video about the Hindenburg? Not yet, but it's on the list, and I hope to do that very soon. Excuse me. Got that. We got that one. Sava, I hope I said your name right. 10, thank you so much. Hello, there's a question. Sorry if it was already answered at one point. My head is too small to keep all the info. How did the Titanic disaster affect other ships? Radio communication protocol. I don't know all the regulations, but I know several. So number 1, 24-hour radio watch. Ships weren't allowed to have their radios off, aka California. The International Ice Patrol was set up to look out for icebergs. Ships had to carry more than enough lifeboats for everybody on board. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Those are the 3 that popped into my head immediately. The Ice Patrol, lifeboats. Am I forgetting any? I think I might be. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me know in the chat if I'm forgetting something. But yeah, those were a few of the things that they changed immediately that I can remember off the top of my head. Am I forgetting anything else, guys? I feel like I'm forgetting something else. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but great question, by the way. But there's a couple for you. Okay, we got that one. I'm so far behind. Oh, shoot. So, all right. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the 10. The Stone 5. Thank you so much. Hello, Sam. My beautiful maritime muffin. Okay. Flash question for you. Who was the last living survivor of the Lusitania? Oh, crap. Who was the last living survivor of the Lusitania. I am totally not Googling this right now. Audrey Johnston. Audrey Johnston. I totally did not just Google that right now. I don't know. I knew it. I totally didn't just Google that right now. So Audrey Johnston. There you go. There's your answer. I totally knew that off the top of my head. I totally did not Google that just now. I totally did not Google that. Cheater. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. You got me on that one. I didn't know that one. Sorry, but that was really funny. I couldn't help it. Just the way you set that up, I had to joke with you a little bit. But yeah, I did not know that on the top of my head. Thank you for teaching me something new, man. Thank you for the 5. Olivia, 5 again. If you want to meet me in my truck, I will be representing my company for Pride Month. I got it as the company's. Oh, that's really cool, Olivia. That's really cool. Only transgender driver. Cool, Olivia. Hey, thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Cool. Let's see here. We got that one. Kyle, 5. Thank you so much. I heard the reason why Titanic listed the port at first was because the lamp was. Seriously. I heard the reason why the Titanic listed the port at first was because the lamp was too heavy. All right. Trolling time. Here come the trolls. Kyle, thank you for the 5. Let's see. Chesta, NOK 100. I think that's 10. Thank you so much. The Murdoch situation reminds me of the situation with the Tiki movie where the character Herman Swanziger, the movie shows him as a guy who wants to cheat by using modern technology. The Murdoch situation reminds me of the situation. I'm not familiar with what you're talking about there, but okay. I'm not really sure all the details. I haven't seen that movie, but hey, thank you so much for the 10. Super appreciate it. Or the 100 NOK 10. Thank you. Kasi, 2, thank you. Yay, I finally get to see my baby again. All right, Kasi. For those of you who don't know, Kasi let me borrow his submersible Titanic model, so I'll show that here in a few minutes. Taylor, 5, thank you. You can save one person who didn't survive the sinking of the Titanic, but you have to bring them back to the present. Who would you save? How can I possibly pick that? How could I possibly? You know what I would do? I would save a child. I would find a child, somebody who was trapped or something like that, and I would do everything I could to save that one. So if I had to pick one person, I would find a child and rescue them. That's exactly what I would do, Taylor. Thank you for the 5. Let's see here. Irish 10, thank you so much. Yes, I was referring to the Lusitania being hit by the berg on the return voyage home to Ireland with the same 64 boats at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. Yeah, referring to the Lusitania being hit by the berg on the return voyage home to Ireland. Okay. So she hits the berg off the coast of Ireland. All the lifeboats sinking in the same situation. Gotcha. However, if she hit a berg, then that would mean that if she hit a okay, we're good. If she hit a berg, then that would mean that the water would be freezing cold, which means that if they were trying to watch out for U-boats and stuff like that, then that you see the human body succumbs to cold water so fast. So forget the U-boat. Yeah, it wouldn't be World War I. But if she hit a berg off the Irish coast, they would just have to get a ship there as quickly as possible because most people succumb to the cold water within about 15 minutes. So. Oh, wait, hang on. Hit same 64 boats, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. If they could get all the lifeboats off the Lusitania in time, if she sank in 2 hours and 40 minutes, that's the key. You just got to be able to get all the boats in the water, but the water temperature is also a big factor. 5 from Mooch. Thank you so much. This is a thank you for Kasi. Also, Olivia. We take over historic travels at dawn. We should sink our watches. I am ready to defend my channel. I am ready. Where are my sunglasses? Hang on. I am ready to defend my channel. Dang it. I had a really cool. Oh, here we go. All right. Olivia, all of you planning a mutiny of historic travels. I'll be waiting. Oh, good grief. I goof off so much. Let's see. You guys are so much fun. Just thank you all so much. Duel 10 SEK 2. Thank you so much, Duel. We got that one. Caleb 5. Thank you. Hey, Sam, have you heard of the Easter Uprising of 1916? No. Easter Uprising, 1960. I feel like this is appropriate considering everything we're talking about right now. The Easter Rising, also known as the Eastern Rebellion, was an armed insurrection in Ireland during Easter week in April of 1916. No, I have never heard of this. Holy cow. I'm going to have to research that. Seriously, what is it with everything happening? Well, the Easter Uprising, so it happened. But why does all this stuff happen in April? Seriously, why does all this stuff happen in April? Why does all the crazy stuff and all the bad stuff in history happen in April? That's absolutely insane. Caleb, thank you for the 5. Did the Easter Uprising have anything to do with the Home Rule movement? Did it have anything to do with that? I'm not sure. Wolfman, 5, thank you. Boiler room 1 would have been lit Sunday, but it would have taken 12 hours for the boiler pressure to heat up to the proper temperature. 12 hours the Titanic didn't have. Okay. It would but Sunday was the 14th. I thought it would have been the next day. Yeah, it would have been the next day. Sunday was on April 14th. So it would have been, I thought they were going to warm up the boilers on Monday. I'm confused about that because if they would have lit them up on Sunday, then because Titanic struck the berg at 11:40 p.m. on Sunday. So shouldn't they have already had enough time? It was almost the 15th. So I'm confused. Thank you for the 5, Wolf. I thought they were going to do it on Monday. Dylan, 5, thank you. Will you be planning a fan meetup of any sort? I would absolutely try to attend if you did, especially if it was at a Titanic museum somewhere. It is something that I am looking into, and I am planning to do something at some point. If I do it, well, not if, when, I'll give you guys plenty of headway. I need to talk to a place first and let them know who I am and everything. Or I could just say, hey guys, I'll be here at this time at this day if you want to come and say hello. But yeah, eventually I will plan something, and I'll make an announcement on my Discord, and I'll post it to my community page, when it's far enough out for me to plan something. So yeah, just stand by for that. And that is something that I will be doing at some point. And it would be really cool to meet all of you. It really, really would be. It'd be cool to meet some fans. That'd be super cool. I had one person from my hometown recognize me. That happened. And when I went to New York City to visit some Titanic monuments and landmarks, I went to a church where they had a Titanic stained glass windows, like a Titanic memorial. And a guy there recognized me. He's like, oh yeah, you're the dude who makes those Titanic videos. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Somebody in New York knew who I was. That was really, really cool. And I met Olivia, or not Olivia. I met Georgia, or Empress. I've met her before. Yeah, really, really cool. CG3, 5, thank you so much. I really love you. I'm into the Titanic, and my name is Christian. That's awesome, man. Glad you like my stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. We got that one. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Okay, I'm still so far behind on these super chats. Oh my gosh. There we go. I found it. Let's see. Rut 5. Thank you so much. If the Titanic sank in one piece, do you think it would look like Raise the Titanic or something else entirely? Depends on how it sank. I mean, if you look at the Britannic, it's in relatively good condition. But you know what? Here's what I think. I think that it wouldn't look like Raise the Titanic because when Raise the Titanic, the funnels are still there. You know what I think would have happened if the Titanic would have sunk in one piece? So I think what would have happened was the Titanic would have went down just like this, pretend my hand's the waterline. The ship would have continued to sink, blah, blah, blah. And then once the engines went under, the heaviest part of the ship would be below the surface. So the stern would go down vertical just like that. And then I think that when the stern went under, assuming she sank in one piece, there would be a lot of air in here. So I think as the ship continued to head for the bottom, there may be some pretty substantial implosions in the stern, like what we really saw on the wreck. And then after the stern got crushed, I think that the hydrodynamic forces and the changes in that would have caused the Titanic to kind of go into a spiral. And then everything on the ship would have ripped itself apart. I think if the Titanic would have sunk in one piece, the bow part would be in a lot worse shape. I think that's a decent hypothesis, maybe. So let me know what you all think of that. That's what I came up with exactly on the spot. Okay, here we got that. Lil 10, thank you so much. Hey Sam, how do you think Titanic would have sunk if she had hit the berg in the middle of the ship? Do you think she would sink by the bow, the stern, or just drop like a rock? Okay, so here's something that a lot of people don't know. The Titanic could stay afloat with her first 4 watertight compartments breached, okay? But she could not handle that amount of damage anywhere else on the ship. She could not. Any more, if the Titanic had gotten hit by the berg in the midsection with 4 watertight compartments, she would just roll over, capsize, and sink. That's what would happen. The Titanic, any more than 2 watertight compartments breached anywhere else on the Titanic, with the exception of the bow, the ship would sink. So if she had 4 compartments breached at the front and the water came gushing in, I honestly think the Titanic would roll over to starboard, probably capsize, and then sink. Power would go out almost immediately, you know. But yeah, so that's the only reason the Titanic sank the way that it did was because the damage, even though it had 6 compartments opened up to the sea, it was the first 6. And it was confined in an area that could handle more damage. Does that make sense? I hope I'm being clear here. Great question, by the way. I mean, you guys offered like the most awesome questions. You guys, like, it's awesome. Lil 5, thank you. Also, do you think people fell in between the ship as it split apart like we see in the movie? Probably. Because, I mean, people would have been running up the stern, you know, fighting and everything. And it's a very unsettling thing to think about. But, yeah, I do think some people would have fallen inside of the stern and everything. That's, can you, I don't like to think about stuff like that, you know, because, I mean, like, it's just like, what a horrible way. Like, that'd be a horrible way to go. That's one part that, listen, what happened to all those people? Like when you think about how those people died, like after the ship sank, it's just, yeah, it's like I said in my final 10 minutes of the Titanic movie, like we all get caught up on how the ship sank and what happened and all that stuff. But just what happened to those people after the ship sank and during the sinking, I mean, it's really, it's hard to think about it. You know, it's too horrible to put into words, you know, what those poor people went through. Thank you for the 5, Lil. Let's see here. We got that one. Mooch 5. Thank you. Sam, I have sunglasses. Olivia and Mooch. Sam, I have sunglasses. Olivia and Mooch. We have the. Oh man, Infinity War is like the best. Like, Infinity War or Winter Soldier. Oh, hang on. Okay, your comment. Hang on. I'm curious what you guys will say. Infinity War versus Winter Soldier. Which is your favorite Marvel movie? Infinity or Winter? Vote on your favorite Marvel movie. Because honestly, I think Winter Soldier is my favorite, but I really like Infinity War as well. Which Marvel movie is your favorite? Infinity War or Winter Soldier? Which Marvel movie do you all prefer? I'm very, very curious here. Which Marvel movie do you guys like more? Infinity? Really? Infinity War? Really? Okay, but yeah, that's an awesome line. We have the Hulk. Hulk smash! I just love it. Was it Ragnarok? Where, yeah, it was Ragnarok when that devil thing started to destroy Asgard and Hulk went after it and Thor's like, Hulk, don't smash! That was a good one too. But hey, listen, you may have the Hawk. Don't be hating on my sunglasses. Good gosh, I'm so far behind. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Okay. Olivia, should I make a YouTube channel? Absolutely. Absolutely, Olivia. Make your YouTube channel. That'd be awesome. You already have a subscriber here. Olivia, thank you for all you do. Let's get you a YouTube channel. I wonder what Olivia could do it on. I wonder what her subject could be. I don't know. You said you're a truck driver and all that stuff. Talk about your journey with that and all that stuff. That'd be a good topic. You could also do how I troll Sam. That'd be a good topic too. Let's see. Tangled 20. Thank you. What if the Titanic hit the iceberg and took everybody down? Let's presume the passengers in the boats never got the help and froze to death. Or the Titanic. What if the Titanic hit the iceberg and took everybody down? Let's presume the passengers in the boats never get the help and freeze to death. Or the Titanic vanishes until Ballard finds. It'd be a mystery. You know, if the Titanic just hit the berg and dropped like a rock, think of it 20. But if she hit the berg and just dropped like a rock, then she'd be gone, you know? Instead of the Titanic, like I think Titanic would still be known today, but it'd be Titanic disappears, lost at all hands, presume she hit an iceberg. You know, that'd be all we'd know. You know, it would be one of the greatest mysteries of all time. You know, I mean, it would still be one of the greatest tragedies of all time, or worst tragedies, I should say. But I don't know if it would be as famous, because a lot of what makes the Titanic story so fascinating to all of us is how everything played out on the ship. You know, the stories of the heroes, you know, and how everybody did everything they could. You know, like the real human element to it really draws people into the story of the Titanic. And I don't think it would have that if it just disappeared. I mean, as I said, we would all know it's a terrible tragedy, but I don't think there would be the same amount of fascination with it like we have today. Does that make sense? Thank you for the 20. Wolf 5, thank you. I really like your channel, Sam, and your videos, but as a fellow truck driver, I have to side with Olivia for the channel takeover. Bring it on. JG35. April 14th is such an unlucky day in history. Lincoln was shot, Titanic, Apollo 13. Did that happen in April? Seriously? We should just barricade ourselves in a house like it's the apocalypse. And don't forget about Notre Dame. That happened on April 15th. I mean, seriously, I think that if you go back and look at history, a lot of terrible things happened in April. I think Hitler was born in April. And I always forget his name, but the first dictator of North Korea, he was born in April. No. He was born on this same day the Titanic sank. April 15, 1912, the first dictator, yeah, I forget his name. But yeah, he was born on April 15, 1912. Like, what is up with April? Anyway, thank you for the 5. Kim Il-sung. Okay, thank you. Hitler died and was born in April. Let's see here. Got that. We got that one. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to play catch up here. Okay. Taylor 5. Interesting thought, but if you only had to get out of the Titanic before it and under to survive, I wonder how many more people would have lived. Assuming the water wasn't freezing, if you don't have enough lifeboats, that's a factor. And would the people have time to get their life jackets on and all that stuff? I mean, people get tired if they have to tread water for a while. So there's a lot of things. It also depends on how quickly the ship goes down. There's a lot of things you have to think about there. Thanks for the 5, Taylor. Irish 10. The fall of Rome, sinking of Titanic, Lincoln murdered, the 16th Amendment, IRS, all in April. Crazy stuff. Let's see. Duel 20 SEK2. Thank you. Can you do a video on the Andrea Duel? It's on the list. Let's see. Michael 5. Thank you so much. On the Titanic movie special collector's edition, there is special features, commentary with Don Lynch and Ken Marshall. Great insight on the famous. Oh yeah, like a behind the scenes or commentary thing. Okay, cool. I feel like I saw that before, but I don't remember it. I don't remember them talking about it, or maybe I saw it and didn't watch it. But anyway, thanks for letting me know. I'll be sure to check that out. Thank you for the 5. Ryan 5. Sound the bugle and ready the cannons. It's time for war against the Sam. Ninja Sam. Ready for the memes. This pose. All right, I'm posing here. Get ready for the memes. Ninja Sam. That's going to be memed the heck out of everybody's going to meme that. I can already see that in my Discord. Meme, Ninja Sam. Rut 2. What if we raise Titanic or Britannic? You definitely want to raise Britannic, not Titanic, because it's in way better shape than Titanic. Wolfman 10. If Titanic had sank in one piece, do you think she would have been in good enough condition in the 1980s to have been raised, as in seeing the No, not at those depths and pressure, because the rusticles and everything. I don't know why my nose is itchy. But no, I think the hull would have been so corroded and everything that the second you try to lift up on it, even if she was in one piece, it all depends on the condition of how well a ship is. But even if the ship sank down there in perfect condition, I doubt it. I think you have a much better shot at raising the Britannic because she's in a lot better condition. The environment that the Titanic is it's a horrible environment to have anything. I mean, the sea floor down there is very acidic, and then the currents down there are wreaking havoc, and those bacteria that are eating the hull, it's too much. Dylan 5, thank you. I shall be the only trucker to side with Sam during my channel's upcoming Civil War. Loyalty first. Dylan, let's do it! What's that? Lord of the Rings. Right now. Oh boy. Joseph 5, thank you. How did the crew of the Titanic manage to keep the Titanic afloat so long where the Britannic sank so much faster? What killed the Britannic, was that the captain, I get why he tried to do it, but it played a big role. Well, number one, the Britannic could actually stay afloat with the same amount of damage the Titanic had if they could contain the water. But the nursing staff had opened up a good number of the Britannic's porthole windows. So as the ship went down, those open porthole windows allowed the water to spill over the bulkheads, and that was it. And the other thing that doomed Britannic or caused it to sink so fast was that where the Britannic was only a few miles off the coast of the island of Kea, the captain tried to beach her. So because the Britannic was moving forward and sinking at the same time, the forward motion of the ship forced the bow into the water, and the ship just kept sinking and sinking and sinking. And then, yeah. So as I said, I get why he did it, but I get what he was trying to do. But the porthole windows doomed the ship. and the forward motion caused it to sink faster. Does that make sense? All right, Edward 10, thank you. Hi, Sam. Did you know the RMS Olympic made a cameo appearance in King Kong 2005? Jack Black and the company get to the New York docks, and the Olympic is right beside the Venture, a tub next to a liner. Really? The Olympics in that? I'm going to have to go look that up. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but all right, you've sparked my curiosity. Really? The Olympics there? All right, I'm going to go look that up. Thank you for the 10, Edward. Thank you for telling me that. If I find it, I'll post a screenshot. We got that one. Oh, I'm so far behind. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, we're catching up. Okay. CG3, 5, thank you. Let's see here. Stop the super chat. And Sam, stop the super chat. And Sam, you can watch my videos anytime. Cool, CG3, thank you for the 5. Mooch 5, thank you. You know, Sam, I might be able to be persuaded to switch sides if you offer cool shades, but keep it hush hush. I don't have another pair of sunglasses around. Otherwise, I'd offer you some. You see, these sunglasses, they're polarized, and I can never buy nice sunglasses because I always lose them. So these are polarized. Ah! See, look. Ah! Almost dropped it. See, these polarized sunglasses, $30 on Amazon because I destroy them. I lose them. You know, I can never keep nice sunglasses because I set them down and I lose them. But I might have some like gas station ones I could give you if you switch sides, Mooch. Thank you for the 5. Olivia 5. Percy William Fletcher was a crew member that played an instrument but was missing MOT, part of the band. He played to announce events and times. Did he play the trumpet? Because there's a scene in the Titanic movie where they blow the trumpet and Molly Brown says, why do they always insist on announcing dinner like a cavalry charge? Was that him? Is that what he did? I didn't know that. That's cool. Olivia, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Wait, Black Devil, you just lost them forever. Oh, boy. All right, everybody. We all got through. All right. It is now time. We are past. Wow, we're an hour and 10 minutes in. Holy cow. It is now time for tonight's Q&A. Are you all ready? Are you all ready for the Q&A? Or we can skip it. We can skip it tonight. I mean, if y'all don't want to do a Q&A, I mean, all right. Okay. No Q&A? No. Wow. William said no. So, wait, Mooch 10. Gas station sunglasses, Taz fingers together. I'm listening. Wolf 5. Now you're abusing sunglasses. I think I could hear a sigh of relief from your models. My poor models. But you know what? These models have done so much work in helping me make the videos. I mean, that's why they got so beat up. It's just, and if you really look at it, like look at the paint. Like, look at the paint on the superstructure. Like, these poor models have been through so much. But these models have made my channel. You know, they've helped me make all these videos. So, I mean, I call it they have served well. You know what I mean? They have served well. CG35, can you watch my videos at the end of the live stream? Just post a link to this video when it gets archived in the comment section. I'll try to watch it when I get a chance. After this, I'm gonna go hop in the shower. But yeah, I'll try and watch it after I'll watch them when I get a chance. Thank you so much, CG3. Or better yet, message me in Discord. Wait till I'm active and send me a message in Discord because I am so bad about saying these things and then I forget to do things. So wait until if you want me to do something, wait until I'm active in Discord and then DM me. Because that's the best time. Because even if you just DM me, I miss things. So just do that. But I'll try to watch them, CG3. Thank you for the vibe. Iris 2, he played the trumpet and the cornet. Awesome. All right. Q&A time. Here we go. All right. Should I disable? I'm going to disable the slow mode now. Save. Okay, everybody. In case you're new here are the rules for the Q&A. I'm going to ask a question. Dylan, I'll post a link to it in my community page after the stream. Here are the rules for the evening. I ask a question. I type the word David 20. Thank you. When do you do Discord? It's random. I hop on every now and again. So just hop on there and then just wait until you see me active. I do everyone pings every now and again. So it's not that hard to find me. I'm usually active in the evening. So just keep your eye out for me. But I show up. Thank you for the 20, David. Dual 20 SEK. Thank you. I survived Titanic's voyage this year on Lifeboat number 9. Oh, that RPG? That's really cool. Frank, please stop spamming. Whoa. Okay. I'll post a link to the Discord, guys. Pug 2, thank you. A Titanic with machine guns. That's the Olympic. Yes. CG32, okay. Max 5. What do you do in real life besides this? Give us an insight into your life. Well, YouTube is my main thing, but I also work part-time for a cell phone store. I work in a cell phone store part-time. I'll tell you that. But yeah, there we go. And Joseph too. Do you know any good books on the Britannic? Maritime stuff. Off the top of my head, no. I'd have to look them up. I don't think I have any Britannic books. I have some books that go over the general history, but I'd have to do some research into that. But thank you for the super chat. All right, rules for the Q&A. When you see the word "go" pop up like that, then answer the question. Mooch 5, thank you. Olivia offers free cookies. What's your counter offer, Sam? Mooch, how about this? If my channel gets overthrown, then my Titanic and history videos stop. Would you like that, or would you like cookies? CG32. I'll post a link to it after the. I'll put it in my community page. Okay, guys. All right, everybody's. Zachary 5, thank you. You should apply for a show on the History Channel. That'd be really cool. I should do that. Olivia 2, you forgot my last super chat conspiracy. Did you do another super chat, Olivia? Olivia, ask me on the Discord. I'm sorry, but I need to get this going. We're already behind. So thank you so much. These super. Oh my gosh. Wolfman 5. Do you have any snickerdoodles, Olivia? They're my favorite. Moose 10. I'll side with you, Sam. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right, can we do that? All right, let's do the Q&A. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Slow down, guys. Slow down, everybody. Slow down. All right, let's get the Q&A time. All right, let's get the Q&A going. Okay, everybody, slow down with this. Okay. All right. Rules. I'm going to ask a question. You're going to see the word "go" pop up in the chat. All right. If you see the word "go" pop up, then you answer the question. If you answer the question early, I do not count it. Okay. So that's the rule. I'm going to say "go." I'm going to ring the bell, but when you see "go" pop up, that's when we do it. All right. First question of the night. And this is a pretty difficult one, okay? This is a pretty difficult one. And Maritime, I think I've got you. Which passenger on the Titanic went back to her cabin before getting into a lifeboat to lock her 19 trunks because she didn't trust the stewards on board? Ready, set, go. Which of the Titanic's passengers went back to her cabin to lock her 19 trunks before getting into a boat because she didn't trust the stewards on board? Nope. No. I don't see it. Oh, did I get you guys? It's not Molly Brown. It is not Molly Brown. Nope. No, I don't see it yet. I do not see it. Oh my gosh, did I get you guys? Holy cow. So you guys are saying, okay. So some of you guys here, you guys are saying Edith Rosenbaum, but I'm guessing. All right, there we go. Okay, maybe there was a name change or something. Maybe that's a different person, but all right, I see. Polly got it. Edith Russell was who I was looking for. I don't know if there was a name change or something there, but Edith Russell is what I was looking for. Edith Russell. Alan got it too. Edith Russell, right there. Edith Russell was who I was looking for. I don't know who that other Edith was, but yeah, Edith Russell was who I was looking for right there. Good job, guys. That one got you guys a little bit. I don't know. I'm assuming that was a different passenger, but yes, maritime history. Oh, I said it first. Did you see? I didn't see that one, F.A. I didn't see it. If you said it, but Edith Russell was the person who did that. Second Charles Lifetime. How are we supposed to know everything? Hey, Lightaller, some people know it. Some people listen. It is my job as the host of this show to challenge all of your all's brains and your ship knowledge and Titanic knowledge. Oh, was there no super chat? 5 from Titanic. Hello, I'm back. Could you please make a gaming channel? That's not really my thing, but maybe someday. Next question. All right. What was the purpose of the cable strung between the Titanic's masts? What was the purpose of the cable that was strung between the Titanic's mast? Go. What was the purpose of that cable that was strung? Telegraph. Lieutenant Drake got it. The telegraph line. Boom, boom, boom. Lieutenant Drake got it first. The radio. The telegraph line, Marconi line, whatever. Lieutenant Drake got it first. Great job, my friend. Great job. It's the Marconi line or the telegraph line, whatever. But yeah, it's basically the ship's antenna. But now, if that cable broke, at least I'm assuming Titanic was the same way. But when the Britannic hit the mine, the cable snapped. But that meant that the Britannic couldn't receive messages, but it could still transmit. I'm assuming Titanic worked in a similar manner. Dual 20 SEK froze to death on my collapsible A with my second account. Wow, that's crazy. That's on the Titanic game. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, but I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, let's see here. Number 3. Question 3. How many watertight compartments were opened up by the iceberg on Titanic? How many watertight compartments were opened up to the sea on the Titanic with the iceberg impact? Go. Chista got it. 6. Good job. Whoa, look at the chat. Holy cow. 6. Yep. First one to get it was Chista 0056. Fishwalker got it. 6. Rashi got it. The Aviator 5. That's wrong. A lot of people got it. Pug, Maritime got it. You all got it like literally the same second. So a lot of you got that one. That one's an easy one. All right. Here we go. Titanic 2010-5. I like your channel. Thanks so much. All right. Number 4. When First Officer Murdoch ordered the Titanic to turn hard to starboard, the ship turned to port. This was because they were using a certain type of verbal commands to navigate the Titanic. What were these commands called? Ready, set, go. What were these commands called? DFG, tiller commands. Good job. DFG got it. Tiller commands. Great job, man. You guys know your stuff. Good job. Tiller commands. You are absolutely right. Great job, guys. All right, here we go. There were 2 officers on the Titanic who heard the captain's orders for women and children first. However, one officer took this order for what it was. Women and children first, but if there were no more women and children around, it was okay to let men on the lifeboats. The other officer interpreted this order as women and children only. No matter what, he would not let any men on. What were the names of these 2 officers? Ready, set. And you also have to put their rank in, guys. Put which officer they were. So I want the officers and I want their ranks. And all of you guys answering the question now doesn't count because I didn't type the word go yet. Ready, set, go. I need their ranks, guys. I see names. I need the ranks. Oh, there they come. Let's see here. Okay, so Titanic, Lightoller, good. DFG, First Officer Murdoch, Second Officer Lightoller. Great job. Okay, you guys were going, the chat just, like, I can't get over this. Just the chat just goes nuts. But yeah, First Officer William Murdoch, Second Officer Charles Lightoller. But you guys, you can't answer these questions early. I know what was happening there. You guys were just like, hurry, go. You have to answer the questions after I type the word go, or I don't count it. So, okay, there we go. We got that one. All right. So this one might be a little tough. I mean, I think you guys will know part of this, but the other part, I think this. All right. So here's a little tidbit for this question. I think everybody will answer this question one way if you live in the States. And I think if you live across the ocean, over in Europe, the UK, whatever, I think you'll answer it another way. So in order to get this question right, you have to answer both answers. So I'm going to ask a question. There's the same answer, but it's told in 2 different ways. I want both answers in it for me to count it. Ready, set. What was the temperature of the water on the night that the Titanic sank? I want the answer in Fahrenheit and Celsius. Go. How cold was the water on the night that the Titanic sank? In Fahrenheit and in Celsius. Oh, wow, look at that. Joshua, -2C and 28 Fahrenheit. Great job, guys. Yeah, -2 Celsius and 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Good job. Oh, you guys know that. Let's see. Who all got that one? Joshua got it. Influence got the Fahrenheit. Maritime History got that one. Wait, no. You left out the -2. Maritime missed it. You got the 2, but you didn't get the minus, Maritime. You didn't get the minus, Maritime. So you didn't. Maritime missed it. He missed it. He got the 2, but he didn't. So 2, you got to get the minus. You got to get the minus, Maritime. Maritime, you're awesome, man. No, Maritime, you made me laugh. This stream would not be the same without you, my friend. It really would not. All right, this one's gonna be a tough one. This one is going to be a tough one, and to prep for this, I need a drink. Henry, you've got a tough question coming up here. And then this question, if you watched one of my videos, you'll know the answer to it. Due to the most recent research, where is it now believed that the Titanic's band was located during the final moments of the sinking when they played Near My God to Thee? Due to the most recent research, where is it now believed that the Titanic's band was located during the final moments of the sinking when they played Near My God to Thee? Ready, set, go. I'm not counting like what they used to believe. There's the new research on it. All right, you're kind of right, ITZ, but I'm looking for a more specific answer. I'm looking for more specific. Wait, did the go not go? There we go. Starboard side near the second funnel. Awesome. Yep, that's it. Good job, Maritime. Starboard side by the second funnel. That's it. Hang on, did anybody else get it before? So Maritime got it. I'm really surprised you got that so quickly. DFG, the starboard side by the first class entrance. They were there for a bit, but they were actually where they were by the second funnel. It'd be more accurate to say they were by the gymnasium. So you're close, DFG. I'll count that. On the starboard side by the first, it wasn't the ground. It was more accurate to say by the gymnasium. They were back there. Maritime finally. Okay. Which lifeboat was the only boat to try to obey the captain's order and go back to the Titanic to pick up more survivors? Which lifeboat was the only boat to try to obey the captain's order to go back to the ship to pick up more people? Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Which lifeboat was that? Maritime history number 2. Maritime history got it. Lifeboat number 2. Lifeboat number 2 was the only boat to try to go back to the ship and pick up more passengers. That was it. That was it. CG35 troll comment. Thank you for the vibe. Let's see here. From the ship. All right, 2 more questions for the night, guys. And the last question is another hard one. Which lifeboat did J. Bruce Ismay escape the Titanic on? Which lifeboat did J. Bruce Ismay escape the Titanic on? Go. Which lifeboat did Ismay escape the Titanic in? DFG, collapsible C. Maritime, Paul. No, Paul didn't get it. Collapsible C. That's exactly what I was looking for. Collapsible C, collapsible C. Good job, guys. You all were the first. Go. So we got that. Collapsible C, collapsible C. We got that one. Yeah. Joseph Bruce Ismay. See, of course you got it. All right. Final question of the night. Are you all ready? It is time for the grand finale. I really need a way to play music. I need that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That I need that. Okay, here we go. Are you all ready? The final question of the night. I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. Which of the Titanic's lifeboats was overfilled with people, and when it touched the water, the lifeboat almost sank so deep into the water that water was almost able to spill into the boat due to the weight of all the people in it? The only reason this boat made it was because the sea was so calm that night. Which lifeboat was this? Go. Which lifeboat was this? This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. Nope. No, I don't see it yet. I do not see it yet. I'm looking. Don't see it. Joshua got it. Lifeboat number 11. 100%. Lifeboat number 11. That was it. Wow, Joshua. That's awesome. Congrats. That's a tough one. That is a very tough one. But yeah, the lifeboat was so low in the water that some survivors said that, like, if you pretend the edge of my table here is the edge of the lifeboat, you could literally just put your hand over the side of the boat and you would touch the water. Like it was that low. Like that's all you had to do was tap the water and your hand would be in it. Like it was absolutely that low. So that's absolutely crazy. Oh, all right. Well, hey, we're going to close out the live stream, but I do need to show you guys something real quick. Be right back. So I have a question for all of you. How many of you know what this is? How many of you recognize this? Do any of you in the chat know what this is? If you do, please tell me. Do any of you all know what this is? Do any of you all know what this is? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I see a few people know it. This is a submersible Titanic model. So it's a toy that they had in the 90s. And what it is, so it's got a little hole here in the bottom, and it's got a switch on the bottom, and you can open up the hull, and it'll sink just like the Titanic did. And they based it on the James Cameron movie. So the ship breaks right here. If I can get it to come off. This one's on. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Wait, maybe. There we go. So yeah, so it'll split in two and everything. So when it comes apart, it'll sink and everything. Like this toy, and Cassie too, there she is. This was my favorite toy back in the day. I absolutely loved this thing. And in case you don't know, these things are crazy expensive now. Like, I mean, seriously, these things cost so much money now that I could never get one. But like on eBay, Google submersible Titanic model. It's crazy. Anyway, my good friend Cassie, this is his model, and he was kind enough to let me borrow it so I could make a short little video on it. That video will be coming out in the next couple of days. And yeah, and he was just kind of to let me do a little review on it, let me make a little video on it. And so he loaned this to me for a week while I do a little video on it, which was super cool. Cassie, thank you guys so much for that. That is awesome. Is there a, oh shoot, hang on guys. I see it. There's a bad, boom. I got that. I got the bot. The bot's gone. All right, there we go. Wow, look at that. Look at those stupid bots. It's so stupid. I hate those stupid things. But yeah, so anyway, Cassie was kind enough to send me this and let me do a little video on it. Do a demonstration. I would if I could. I don't have anything filled with water in it, but that would take me a few minutes to set that up. So I don't want you guys to have to wait while I flood everything and everything. But I'll make a video on it and I'll do a demonstration on it here in the next couple of days. So just stand by for that. But this thing is super cool. Cassie, thank you for letting me borrow this, and I will send it back to you very soon, my friend. But thanks so much for that, Cassie. I super appreciate you, my friend. And we got one more super chat from Wolfman 10. Thank you. The most likely version of Near My God to the band played would have been Near My God. Would the American survivors have recognized this version? Were you referring to like I thought, wasn't Wallace Hartley, wasn't he Methodist? Like, wouldn't it have been that version? That's what I thought it was. But I don't know if the American people on board would have recognized that version though. But that might have been why there was so many misinterpretations to what the final song was that the band played. Interesting stuff. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I think I'm going to go ahead and close out the chat for the night. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Y'all want to see Rosie? Hang on. Let me see what Rosie's doing. All right. All right. You all can see Rosie. Let's see what she's doing. Rosie, your fans want to see you. Rosie, you are so popular. All right. Say hi to everybody, Rosie. Rosie, you are one spoiled puppy. You know that. Rosie, your fans love you. That feel good. Little belly rub. Rosie's tired. I had her favorite thing. She loves to chase apples. Like apples are her favorite treat. So I throw them in the backyard. And I took her to the park today and ran her, and she had a full day. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. This was an incredible live stream. It was so much fun. Thank you all so much. And I'm ready for your revolution, Olivia. I'm ready. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will go live once again next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Everybody did super chats. Thank you for the support. Everybody did comments. Thank you all so much for the support. And hey, thank you all so much for everything you do. I could not do this without you. Everybody, you all stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one. Olivia, too. Bye to everyone. Until next week. Love you. That's awesome, Olivia. All right. You all have a good evening, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.